Picture this, a Friday night in Harlem. Summer, a basketball tournament, the Kingdom, opening night. Hundreds of people packed around an outdoor court at the Martin Luther King Jr. Towers on Lenox Avenue. The air is thick with energy, the kind of night that's supposed to be about community, about kids watching their heroes, about the game. But at 10:23 p.m., the game stopped. Kinu Rochford, 35, was standing on the sidelines between games, a former professional basketball player, a father, a social worker who helped homeless families find shelter. He was just warming up for his next game. Then a man walked onto the court. The gunman shot Rochford in the head as the two argued on the sidelines. He was struck once, and then again after he had already fallen to the ground. The shooter didn't run immediately. He stood over him. Hundreds of people scrambled once the shots were heard. People were running and trampling on top of each other. Two others were hit. A 28-year-old man was shot in the shin. A 22-year-old woman was shot in the right forearm. Both survived. Rochford was rushed to Mount Sinai Morningside Hospital. He couldn't be saved. The young black man who came out to play basketball is not going home tonight. Here's the thing. Kinu Rochford was not just any player. He was a star. A 6'6" forward from Brooklyn. He played for James Madison High School, Globe Tech, Fairleigh Dickinson University in New Jersey. At FDU, he led the team in scoring as a senior in 2012-2013. He was recognized with the George Braun Leadership Award, given to a student athlete who displayed exemplary leadership. After college, he went pro. 2013, Eris Leeuwarden in the Dutch Basketball League, then the British Basketball League. Teams in Iceland, Portugal, Switzerland, France, Lithuania. He won a championship in the Lithuania National Basketball League in 2017 with Sūduva Mantinga. In Iceland, he led the league in rebounding. He played for the team Thor Thorlakshafen. The fans called him Little LeBron. He finished his professional career in 2021 with a Golden Eagle Yili in the Kosovo Basketball Super League. He played in Europe for nearly 20 years. His basketball career started young. His mother, Eden Rochford, bought a child-sized basketball and a plastic hoop for her triplets when they were infants. Kinu was a triplet, born just moments before his brother and sister. From 6 months old till his unfortunate demise, Kinu was always playing basketball, his mother said. Kinu's love for the game took him to arenas across the world. He played in LeBron James's camps. He played with James Harden, Carmelo Anthony, Lance Stevenson. He got to meet all these guys. They gave him encouragement. But his aunt Melinda Rochford said he never modeled himself after anyone except himself. He would knock that ball out your hand in a heartbeat. He told Icelandic media his favorite player was Magic Johnson. He called himself a point center, someone always looking out for his teammates. That was Kinu Rochford. But 3 years ago, his basketball career ended. A hip injury. He came home to Brooklyn. And he chose a different path. He joined WIN, the largest provider of family shelter and supportive housing in New York City. He worked as an intake coordinator at a Brooklyn shelter. He was working toward becoming a housing coordinator. He helped homeless families find the path and will to build a brighter future. He leaves behind a 17-month-old son, a boy who looks just like him. His funeral was standing room only at a mosque on the corner of Bedford Avenue and Fulton Street. The gunman ran off. No arrests have been made. NYPD detectives believe Rochford was the intended target. The two others who were wounded were innocent bystanders. A police source said Rochford and his killer may have been arguing over a woman they both knew. But the NYPD has not publicly confirmed a motive. No description of the suspect has been released. The investigation continues. Think about that for a moment. Hundreds of witnesses, a packed basketball court, a shooting caught on phone cameras. Video released online shows police performing CPR on Rochford as he lay on the court. And yet, no arrest, no description, no answers. The shooting happened just blocks from a Stop the Gun Violence rally, where young people were taking part in a basketball tournament focused on promoting peace. The irony is not lost on anyone. City Council member Yusef Salam said, "One of the things that I'm always focused on is how do we keep our community safe? And when I think about gun violence and how easy it is to pull the trigger, you can't take that bullet back." Rochford's team, the young ones, plays in the tournament every year. They won last year. Their game opened the tournament Friday night, and then a man walked onto the court. Kinu Rochford was 35 years old, a triplet, a father, a professional athlete, a social worker, a mentor, a son, a brother. And he died on a basketball court in Harlem on a Friday night, in a tournament he'd played in for years, in a community he was trying to help. The question that stays, who walked onto that court? Who pulled the trigger, and why? A dispute over a woman? A targeted attack? Or something else entirely? The answers are out there. Someone knows. Someone saw. Someone is staying silent. In the days after the shooting, a pool of blood could still be found at the basketball court. The concrete bleachers around the court were teeming with trash, plastic cups and bottles of alcohol. The Kingdom Tournament has been a site where basketball reputations are built for generations. Many of New York's best players have electrified the crowds at that outdoor court. Now it's a crime scene. Kinu Rochford's life was a story of movement, from Brooklyn to New Jersey, from New Jersey to Europe, from the Netherlands to Iceland to Kosovo, and then back home to help. But his death happened in one place, one moment, one argument, one trigger pull, and the question remains, who will answer for it? Because justice for Kinu Rochford, that's the only thing that can bring some kind of closure to a family, a community, and a city that keeps asking, when will it end? That's the detail. That's the question. And that's the thing about these cases. Some of them, they stay open.